Welcome to Enchanted Lore. In today's video, we're going to look at some legal and free resources to assist you with your RP journeys. The resources that we will be looking at today will be for the Pathfinder 1st Edition and Pathfinder 2nd Edition systems. Well, let's get right to it. Let us jump right in. So I want to begin here with Paizo, who are the owners and creators of Pathfinder. As you can see here on their main website that's displayed, I'm going to then click on Pathfinder, and then you can see different advertisements. But down here at the bottom, they have a section where it says, here's some additional resources available for download to help you get you started and make your game even better. So they have all sorts of things here, but one of the things that I want to point out is this Archives of Nethys. And this is a great resource, hands down, just really well done. So one of the things about this, so if we go, it took us directly here to the player's guide, which is great. But let's say normally you go and you find the site, right? The Archives of Nethys. You're going to see that you could have Pathfinder 2nd Edition and that there is Pathfinder 1st Edition. The thing that I like about here is that, so if you initially go here, their homepage, that besides the news, here immediately it says, hey, are you new to Pathfinder 2nd Edition? Click here. We go there and boom, you're right in it. You're right in the player's guide, and it breaks down, how to get started. What are some of the different things? Let's go then into like character creation. Here are the different ancestries, backgrounds. Here's some skills. All this, and then they have within these things links to take you to the different places. Like here within classes, click on the classes tab. Okay, cool. So now I can see all the classes for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And then let's say all right, let me click on Fighter. Right? I want to see a little bit more about this guy. And here it gives you all the information about them, key attributes, how much HP, what is their play style, their skills, saving throws, their progression, and all this. So another thing I would like to call out here is the nice thing too is they have links, or they reference the book and the page number where this information comes from. And this site will have a lot of nice things. The other thing I want to briefly touch on is you'll see here where it says there is a legacy version. Click here. And then if you click there, it says there is a remastered version. Click here. I don't want to go too in depth at this time. I want to have a different video about that, but just as a high level explanation. So with Pathfinder 2nd Edition, due to them wanting to do some updates and clearing some of the verbiage, and then also with the whole frustration with the OGL license, it's a type of license that caused a lot of headache for content creators and those that had kind of ties to D&D. And so because of all that, it forced Paizo to take the stance that, okay, we're going to clean up the verbiage and everything so that way we are totally disassociating from Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to clean up our terminology to what would be safe to use, and then have their own orc license that these things fall under. So anyway, between Legacy and the remastered, they're both compatible. They're very similar. It's just some of the verbiage is going to be different between them. So that is that. So the other thing that I like here, which is great for the game master, is that you can see here that there are creatures and different things, and then you can look at the rules. So let's say, like, if I want to go to the GM screen, here are some different things that can kind of help me jump to and be like, oh, hey, this person has the blinded condition. What does that mean? Or was broken? What does this all mean? What is, what can we do with this sort of situation? And it's just in a nice, condensed, easy to find sort of thing. And then going back here to Game Master under creatures, they're going to have this page, which, as we scroll down, there's just tons and tons. And you can see here, there's 2,800, but we're going to just load a few more and scroll down a little bit. This guy, the Ancrav, whatever that is, right? So we see that it tells us, hey, this is in the monster manual, the core book. This is on page 20. You can see that this is a common type of monster. His size, this is his level, so he's level 3. So okay, yeah, it might be a bit of a challenge for a new group, but let's throw it at them. And here's all these different things. And then if you click on it, it tells you kind of, okay, hey, here are all its stats blocks, its special abilities, and little things about that. So once again, just a valuable resource this website is for new players and GMs that are wanting to use this. Another aspect that I like is the search function. So let's say that type in, let's say, death, right? So I can say, okay, hey, here are the rules for death effects, and dying. Hey, there is a death domain, which is tied to clerics. And hey, there's a creature here called Lesser Death. So anyway, so just kind of helping you search for different things. It's that is also a nice feature. I like that they have similar here, the different spells. So you could kind of go through and be like, hey, well, what is this electric art? Okay, so it is a cantrip. This is what it does. It's really easy to navigate through. Now they do have the other side, which is the Pathfinder First Edition. So you have First Edition, which has its roots based off of Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, right? So basically, 3.5 came to end of life, and then this kind of picked up the mantle and fixed a bunch of issues, and has been going on for many, many years. And when they created Second Edition, to kind of, due to player feedback on how they wanted to change certain game flows and mechanics, and also because 5th edition was out and there were certain elements of being it more simplified that people liked. And so the 2nd edition is going to be great if you want to switch from D&D 5th edition to 2nd edition. It should be an easy transition for you. Also, if going from Pathfinder 1st edition to 2nd edition, it's kind of more of a condensed version, so it shouldn't have that much of a learning curve. But that's kind of a little bit about that. Now, the strong thing about 1st edition, though, is that it has all this foundation and all these years of content. So it has all these feats, all these spells, all of these rules. And so you can go really crazy with customizing and building your character. It does tend to get rule heavy at time with some of their stuff, which has caused it to be a bit clunky in certain aspects. For example, grappling, but that's its own separate thing. All right. So here we are once again. you could kind of see here, similar thing. This is kind of an older side to the website, so it doesn't have that nice flow as the second edition page. But regardless, it still has all the information here, and you can still build upon that and read. And once again, it's all free and it's all legal, so you're not stealing, to be able to read this and use this for your beginning of your RP adventures. So yeah, I would just go here, as you saw, to rules, and then start with the core rule book, and then you could kind of read about how to play and some of the different things, including let's say character creation. Once again, same concept, shows you what book it's in, what page. Here we could talk about the different races that your character could be, age, so forth. Then if you go back here to the left-hand side, they likewise have the classes. Let's say we click on Barbarian, right? And the same concept. It shows you all about, the restrictions, what is its play style, its progression, and its special abilities and all that. It's really a great website and resource to have. I can't sing its praises enough. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about briefly is that of character sheets. If we go back to the Paizo's page here, you'll see that they have this character sheets in which you can get the remastered or the legacy. So these are both, once again, for Pathfinder 2E. So here you can see what it looks like. And remember, the legacy version is second edition, just the older version, not the remastered version, but they're very similar. So we'll provide links for this. This will be good if you want to print this off or create your own character and play with it. If you're using systems like a virtual tabletop like Roll20 or anything similar to that, they should have where you can have the digital character sheets that you can fill out. With regards to Pathfinder First Edition, finding a character sheet for that has been a little bit difficult, as it doesn't seem that's available to find on the Paizo website. However, we will try to find a good one for you guys and provide a link for you as well, in case that is something of interest. So, well, I think that's it for today with regards to some of these free resources that you can use for Pathfinder 1E and 2E and getting into role-playing. So if there are any other topics or questions you'd like us to cover, just drop a comment and let us know. Otherwise, that's it for today, and thank you for watching.